They're watching you, closer than you think. Not just people, forces, energies, destinies, all with their eyes fixed on you. And deep down, you felt it, haven't you? That strange pull, that unexplainable pressure, as if the universe itself is holding its breath, waiting for your next move. This isn't random. You are being observed, tested, positioned, because your life carries a divine purpose that most around you can't even comprehend yet. Pause for a moment and let that sink in. The conversations happening about you when you're not there, the way certain people study your every step, the sudden attention from strangers, and even the silent resistance from those you thought were close. It's not accidental. You've been marked since birth, and whether you see it or not, every moment of your existence has been carefully orchestrated to prepare you for something far bigger than yourself. But here's the part. Most chosen ones never realize until it's almost too late. Before your purpose unfolds, you will walk through seasons of isolation, misunderstanding, and relentless pressure. You'll feel unseen while being watched, underestimated while being evaluated, rejected while being prepared. And right now, without you even knowing it, there are spiritual eyes fixed on you. Because when you finally step into who you truly are, you won't just change your life. You'll shift the atmosphere around you. There are whispers about you in rooms you've never stepped into. Decisions are being made that will affect your destiny without your name even being mentioned. And yet everything is orbiting around you. That's the paradox of being chosen. The world watches in silence while heaven writes your story in real time. You've probably noticed it already, how nothing about your life fits the normal rhythm. The opportunities you thought you missed, the people who walked away, the doors that slammed shut when you were ready to walk through. None of it was rejection. It was redirection. You were never being left behind. You were being set apart. And maybe that explains the tension you've been feeling lately, the heaviness on your spirit, the strange sense that you're on the edge of something massive, but you can't quite see it yet. It's because you are. You're standing at the threshold of a divine turning point, and the entire universe is holding its breath for your next step. But let me warn you, when a chosen one is about to be revealed, opposition intensifies, not just in the physical but in the spiritual. That's why so many people misunderstand you. That's why you felt betrayed by those you trusted most. That's why your journey has been heavier than theirs. You were never meant to blend in. You were born to stand out, and everything in this season is shaping you to carry the weight of the calling you haven't fully seen yet. The people watching you right now aren't watching out of curiosity. Some are waiting for you to fail because your potential threatens their comfort. Others are silently rooting for you, sensing something special about your path even if they can't name it. And then there are those who watch without understanding. Why? Because your light exposes something in them they can't hide. Let me ask you something. Haven't you felt the shift lately? That growing sense that something unseen is moving around you? That your old life no longer fits, but the new one hasn't fully arrived yet? That restlessness isn't random. It's divine agitation. It's the push that forces a chosen one out of hiding and into purpose. Listen carefully. Everything you've been through was not to break you. It was to prepare you. Every delay, every heartbreak, every sleepless night, every silent prayer you thought went unanswered, none of it was wasted. You were being forged in fire, refined for a role bigger than you imagined. And here's the twist. The ones who underestimated you, dismissed you, or doubted you, they will be the very ones forced to watch your rise. That's why they're watching you now, even if they pretend not to. That's why you've been feeling unseen and overly exposed at the same time. Your presence unsettles people because your destiny speaks louder than your words ever could. But don't mistake the silence around you for absence. Heaven has been orchestrating a divine unveiling, and you're closer to it than you realize. The tension, the pressure, the strange sense of being observed. It's because your next season is about to announce itself without you having to say a single word. And when it happens, everything shifts. But before it does, there's something you must understand about why everyone is watching you. And it's not what you think. They're not just watching your actions. They're watching your resilience. They're watching how you respond when life tries to break you. They're watching how you hold your faith when everything seems uncertain. They're watching whether you'll stay small to fit their expectations or step into the vastness of who you really are. Because your strength in this season is a signal. Your endurance is a message. And whether you realize it or not, you are teaching people how to survive storms they haven't even faced yet. That's why you can't afford to give up now. That's why your silence has been powerful. That's why your mere existence challenges everything they thought they knew about you. You've been wondering why it feels like so much weight rests on your shoulders. It's because you're carrying more than just your own story. There are destinies tied to yours. People you haven't even met yet will one day thank you for not giving up right now. And deep inside, you already know this. You've felt the calling tug at you in quiet moments, in sleepless nights, in the unshakable thought that you were made for more. That's not your imagination. That's alignment. That's divine preparation. That's why heaven hasn't let you quit, even when you wanted to. Chosen one, you were never hidden. You were being positioned. And now, all of heaven and earth is watching, waiting, for the moment you finally step into the fullness of who you are. And that moment is closer than you think. You feel it, don't you? That quiet shift in the atmosphere. The way your spirit keeps whispering that something is coming. Something you can't yet see, but you can almost feel. That's because everything around you is aligning for a moment that will redefine who you are. And everyone watching you can sense it too, even if they don't understand why. Some of them are drawn to you almost magnetically, without knowing the reason. Others are resisting you with silent envy they can't even admit to themselves. And then there are those who act indifferent, pretending they don't notice you at all. But deep down, they do. Because no matter how much they try to look away, something about you won't let them. You've been marked. Spiritually, energetically, divinely. There is a seal over your life that cannot be erased, and everyone around you feels it, even if they can't name it. That's why they react to you the way they do. That's why some people are intimidated by your silence, your presence, your energy. It's not what you say, it's what you carry. But here's the part no one tells you. Before a chosen one steps into destiny, heaven often places them under a divine spotlight. Not to expose them, but to prepare the world for what's coming. That's what's happening to you right now. Every move you make is being observed, every decision weighed, every response measured. You are in a season of being studied by people, by situations, and by unseen forces. Let me ask you something. Have you noticed how your life has been attracting sudden tests lately? Unexpected challenges, random conflicts, and emotional storms that seem designed to shake you? That's not coincidence. That's preparation. The higher your calling, the heavier your preparation must be. The pressure you're under right now is not punishment, it's positioning. Pause for a moment and let that settle. The reason your journey feels so intense is because the role you're stepping into requires strength, depth, and resilience beyond the ordinary. Ordinary people aren't trained this way. Ordinary paths don't come with this kind of weight. But you were never meant to be ordinary, and that's why the world is watching you right now, even if no one says it out loud. They're watching how you endure. They're watching if you'll break or rise. They're watching if your faith will hold when everything seems uncertain. They're watching because deep down, they sense you're about to cross a line in destiny where there's no turning back. Some of them are watching because they need your victory. They need to see you overcome, so they can believe that they can overcome too. Others are watching because they're waiting for you to fail, because your very existence threatens their comfort, their excuses, their self-imposed limitations. And then there are those who don't even know why they're watching. They just feel something significant is unfolding around you, and they can't look away. Here's the truth. No one dares to say out loud. The chosen ones rarely understand how much influence they carry until they're standing on the other side of their transformation. You think you're just living, surviving, trying to make sense of your life. But to others, your journey is a signal. Your resilience is a prophecy. Your persistence is an unspoken declaration that there is something greater at work in you. And this is why you've been feeling so much spiritual resistance. It's why your nights feel heavier, why your thoughts seem louder, why you've been sensing a battle you can't fully see. Because right now, there's a shift happening. Not just around you, but through you. You're stepping into alignment, and that terrifies everything that once tried to hold you back. But listen carefully. Nothing and no one can stop what's coming for you. The divine hand on your life is too strong, the timing too precise, the orchestration too perfect. What's meant for you isn't just approaching, it's already moving into position. And when it arrives, everything about your reality will change in ways you can't yet imagine. Close your eyes for a moment and think about this. The very people who doubted you will one day have to witness your breakthrough. The same ones who dismissed you will be forced to acknowledge your transformation. And the very ones who whispered against you in secret, they'll have to watch you rise, silently, unwillingly, but undeniably. But don't get distracted by them. Don't waste energy proving yourself to anyone. Because chosen ones don't argue. They don't chase validation. They don't beg to be understood. They let destiny speak for them. And soon, destiny will speak for you in a way no one will be able to ignore. That's why you've been hidden for so long. That's why you felt invisible even when you were right in front of people. That's why doors seemed to close just as you were about to walk through them. You weren't being rejected. You were being protected. There are stages meant for you that others cannot access. And until the timing is right, heaven will keep you covered, even if it makes you question yourself. But now, something is shifting. The cover is lifting. The stage is being set. The waiting is almost over. And when it happens, when you finally step into the fullness of who you are, you won't have to announce it. The transformation will speak louder than any words ever could. People will feel it before they see it. Energies will shift when you walk into rooms. Atmospheres will change when you enter spaces. Because what you carry isn't just influence, it's divine authority. Remember this, people aren't watching you because of who you are right now. They're watching you because of who you're becoming. And deep down, some of them can already sense it. They feel the weight of your calling even before you fully do. That's why they stare. That's why they talk. That's why they whisper. That's why your presence alone can make some people uncomfortable. Chosen one, don't mistake their silence for lack of awareness. They see you. They feel you. They're waiting, some with hope, others with fear. But either way, they know something is about to happen around you. And soon, they'll see exactly why you've been set apart all this time. Because this isn't the season of hiding anymore. This is the season of unveiling. And once it begins, there will be no stopping what has already been written over your life. There's a reason why some people can't explain why they're drawn to you, and others can't explain why they dislike you without cause. It's because you disrupt something in them. Your presence stirs what's dormant, exposes what's hidden, and awakens what most people spend their lives trying to keep buried. You don't have to speak. You don't have to try. Simply being you shakes the atmosphere around you, and whether people admit it or not, they feel it. You've probably noticed it. The sudden shift in energy when you walk into a room. The way conversations pause for half a second. The way certain people exchange glances. The way someone who barely knows you seems instantly uncomfortable. That's not your imagination. It's your presence. It carries weight. It carries light. It carries a frequency that unsettles everything false, shallow, and hidden in others. And that's why the spiritual world watches you too. Make no mistake, chosen one, this isn't just about people. This goes deeper than human behavior. Every time you rise higher, every time you overcome what was designed to break you, Forces in the unseen realm take notice because you carry something powerful inside you, and the more you step into alignment, the more the ripple effect of your life disrupts the plans of darkness. That's also why your life has been anything but easy. The resistance you faced wasn't random. It wasn't just bad luck. It was calculated. Because the enemy recognized your purpose before you did. Long before you ever understood the calling over your life, the opposition understood it. That's why the battles came so early. That's why you faced storms others around you couldn't survive. That's why people left when you needed them most. Listen to me carefully. If your journey has felt heavier than most, it's because you are carrying more than most. There are doors your name is already written on. There are blessings searching for you even now. There are chains breaking because you exist, and destinies tied to yours are shifting. Even as you sit here listening to these words, you've been tested repeatedly, and yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still moving forward, even when everything tried to pull you back. That's why you are dangerous to the forces that tried to keep you small. Because you didn't break. Because you didn't surrender. Because you kept going when giving up would have been easier. Let me ask you something. Have you noticed how certain people study you quietly, almost as if they're waiting for something? That's not accidental. Some of them see potential they wish they had. Some of them sense favor on your life they can't explain. And others are waiting, hoping you'll fail so they can justify the excuses they've made for their own stagnation. But here's the truth. They don't get to define you. They don't get to determine where you go next. They can watch, they can talk, they can speculate, but none of it will change what's already been written over your life. Because chosen ones aren't controlled by perception. They're guided by divine orchestration. And right now, everything in your life is aligning for something massive. You may not see it yet, but you can feel it. That strange anticipation, that restless energy, that deep knowing inside you that whispers, something's coming. That's not just intuition. That's confirmation. That's heaven's way of telling you that the stage is being set. But here's the part that will shake you. The moment your breakthrough comes, the people watching you will divide. Some will celebrate you. Others will resent you. And some will simply fall silent because they won't be able to comprehend how you rose from what was designed to destroy you. Don't let their silence confuse you. It won't mean they didn't. Notice, it will mean they're processing how someone who endured so much pain, betrayal, and loss could still stand in victory. Processing how someone they doubted, overlooked, and underestimated has now become undeniable. And that's when the unveiling begins. Listen closely. You're about to step into a season where you won't have to speak for yourself. Your results will, your presence will, your transformation will be louder than any defense you could ever give. The same voices that once whispered your failures will go quiet when faced with your success. The same ones who questioned your worth will have no choice but to acknowledge your glow. But you must prepare your spirit now, because this next chapter comes with weight. The attention on you will intensify. More eyes will be on you than ever before, not because of who you were, but because of who you're becoming. And with greater visibility comes greater responsibility. This is why heaven has been stretching you. It's why life has been shaping you in silence. It's why you've walked through seasons where no one clapped for you, when no one saw your battles, when no one understood your pain. You needed to learn who you were without applause. You needed to discover your worth without validation. You needed to stand firm when everything around you was shaking. Because chosen ones aren't built on comfort, they're built in fire. And you, chosen one, have been in the fire for a long time. Every test you've faced, every heartbreak you've endured, every unanswered prayer that made you doubt your path, it was all forging you into something unshakable. The weight you've carried has built a strength in you that you don't even fully recognize yet. But soon, the world will. You've spent so much of your life trying to figure out why you felt so different. Why you couldn't fit in no matter how hard you tried. Why your spirit kept pulling you away from what everyone else seemed comfortable settling for. Now you know why. You were never designed to blend in. You were designed to disrupt patterns, to challenge systems, to awaken souls, simply by existing as who you truly are. And that's what the world is watching for right now. Your unveiling, your rise, your transformation. They don't know it yet. But what they're witnessing is divine timing unfolding in real time. Chosen one, your season of silence is ending. Your season of observation is shifting into a season of revelation. And when that shift happens, everything about your life, your relationships, your opportunities, your influence will accelerate in ways you can't yet imagine. That's why the energy around you feels so tense right now. That's why you've been feeling watched, pressured, and pulled in ways you can't explain. It's because the unveiling is closer than you think. And when it happens, the same eyes that doubted you will widen. The same voices that questioned you will go quiet. The same spaces where you were overlooked will now fight to invite you in. This is the paradox of being chosen. The more they tried to bury you, the deeper your roots grew. And now, it's harvest season. Everything they thought you lost is coming back multiplied. Everything they assumed was over is only just beginning. Everything they whispered about you behind closed doors will be silenced when heaven opens doors no one can shut. You've been watched. You've been tested. You've been refined. Now, chosen one, you're about to be revealed. Can you feel it? That electricity in the air, that strange weight pressing on your spirit, that deep inner knowing that something massive is about to shift. It's not your imagination. It's not coincidence. It's alignment. You are standing at the edge of a divine unveiling. And right now, chosen one, the entire universe is holding its breath for your next move. The pressure you've been feeling lately is proof. That heaviness in your chest, those restless nights, those unexpected waves of emotion that hit you out of nowhere. They're not random, they're signs. Your spirit already senses what your mind hasn't fully grasped yet. You are closer to your breakthrough than you've ever been before. And this is why everything around you suddenly feels amplified. The energy shifts when you walk into rooms. People act strangely around you, watching but pretending not to. Some become overly curious about your life, while others pull away without reason. This isn't about them, it's about you. You carry a frequency that's beginning to shine brighter than ever before, and everything hidden, fake, or unstable around you feels it. You've been wondering why certain friendships feel uncomfortable now, why some conversations drain you, why environments you once tolerated now feel suffocating. It's because you've outgrown them. The version of you that used to fit into those spaces no longer exists. You're evolving, and with evolution comes separation. And that separation isn't punishment, it's positioning. This is the part most people can't handle. Before heaven elevates you, it isolates you. Before you're revealed to the world, you're removed from what no longer serves your purpose. And right now, that's exactly what's happening. Doors are closing because better ones are opening. People are leaving because your next chapter doesn't require their presence. Opportunities are shifting because something greater is aligning. For you, something you couldn't have imagined even if you tried. But listen carefully. Your unveiling won't just be about you. It's about what's tied to you. There are people waiting for your breakthrough because your rise will create pathways for theirs. There are lives connected to your obedience. There are chains that will break simply because you refuse to stay small when life tried to crush you. This is why you couldn't give up. This is why you had to survive. And yes, this is why you've been watched so closely. By people, by circumstances, and even by forces in the unseen realm. Heaven has been monitoring your endurance. Darkness has been observing your resistance. And those around you have been quietly measuring your strength. even when they never said it out loud. You've probably noticed it, the strange way some people study you, the way they seem to analyze every move you make. That's because they sense something shifting in you, something they can't quite explain. Some admire it, others fear it, but all of them feel it. It's your energy, your presence, the quiet power you've been building in silence. Chosen one. You don't just walk into rooms anymore, you shift them. And that shift unsettles people who are still stuck in cycles you've outgrown. They may not know why they feel it, but they do. Some people will distance themselves, not because you've done anything wrong, but because your growth reminds them of everything they've avoided within themselves. But that's okay. Let them go. Let the space clear. Let the silence settle, because what's coming next will require room, spiritual, emotional, and physical room, for new alignments, new opportunities, and new connections designed for where you're headed, not where you've been. And here's something you need to hear. You're not behind. You're not late. You haven't missed anything. Every closed door, every delayed plan, every painful detour has been divine timing in disguise. You are exactly where you need to be. And right now, you're standing on holy ground, the threshold between who you were and who you're becoming. But be warned, with elevation comes exposure. The unveiling that's approaching will draw even more eyes to you. Some will celebrate you, some will imitate you, and some will quietly compete with you while pretending not to. But none of that matters, because what's meant for you cannot be copied, stolen, or stopped. Understand this. You are not stepping into just another chapter. You're stepping into an entirely new book. The old rules no longer apply. The old battles are no longer yours to fight. The weight you've been carrying is about to lift, and the blessings you've been praying for are already moving toward you. Can't you feel it? That quiet acceleration in the spirit? That subtle confirmation you've been asking for? The way small signs keep showing up around you, whispering, "Keep going. You're almost there. Look closer." It's everywhere. In the timing of conversations you didn't plan, in the unexpected opportunities surfacing from nowhere, in the strange way your intuition keeps warning you who's for you and who isn't. These aren't coincidences. They're signals. Your path is clearing. Your unveiling is near, and when it comes, it will be swift. There won't be a slow build-up where people can prepare themselves. No warning, no announcements. One moment, you'll still be waiting. The next, everything will shift. The very people who questioned you will wonder how it happened so suddenly. The ones who ignored you will suddenly notice. And those who once laughed at you will fall silent. Because what's coming for you isn't incremental, it's exponential. And deep down, you've known this all along. Haven't you felt it? That quiet voice inside you saying, "Hold on, don't give up yet. Something's about to change." That's not hope. That's not wishful thinking. That's alignment. That's your spirit recognizing the acceleration before your reality catches up. But here's the part most people don't understand. This isn't just about blessings. It's about assignment. You're not just rising for yourself. You're rising because your life carries purpose. And with that purpose comes responsibility. To move differently, to think differently, to walk differently. The reason everyone's watching you right now isn't just curiosity, it's destiny. They're drawn to you because, consciously or not, they know your next move will shift more than just your life. It will send ripples across spaces you haven't even stepped into yet. So breathe. Trust the process. Stop doubting yourself. Stop second-guessing the path. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should, because, chosen one, you're not waiting anymore. You're being positioned, and soon, you'll be revealed. And when that unveiling happens, nothing, and no one will be able to deny it. You've been feeling it stronger than ever, haven't you? The tension in the air, the heaviness in your spirit, that unshakable sense that you're standing in the middle of something bigger than you, something shifting, something awakening, something breaking open. That's not stress. That's not coincidence. That's spiritual pressure. The reason it feels so intense right now is because you're standing at the very edge of a divine crossing. Everything that has been hidden, delayed, or restrained in your life is aligning behind the scenes, ready to be released in a way you couldn't have imagined. But before the unveiling, heaven always tests the foundation. That's what this season has been about. Not punishment, but preparation. You've been stretched in silence, refined in fire, and shaped without applause, because what's coming requires a version of you so unshakable that no circumstance, no opinion, and no attack can break you. And that's why it feels like everything has intensified lately. Why relationships have shifted. Why opportunities have been rearranged. Why people you thought would be permanent suddenly disappeared. Heaven is removing every weight that can't travel with you into your next chapter. Chosen one, let me tell you something most people never hear until it's too late. Before divine elevation comes divine separation. You can't rise while holding on to everything and everyone. You can't step into who you're becoming while clinging to who you used to be. That's why the detours happened. That's why the losses came. That's why the silence was necessary. But listen carefully, the silence is breaking. The stillness you've been sitting in is not emptiness, it's transition. A shift has already begun. And right now, forces in the unseen realm are moving in your favor. Doors you didn't even knock on are preparing to open. Opportunities you didn't expect are aligning with precision. Connections you haven't even imagined yet are already being positioned. That's why you've been watched so closely, not just by people, but by heaven itself. There are spiritual eyes on you right now, observing, protecting, orchestrating. Angels are working behind the scenes while you're questioning whether you're even moving forward. You may feel stuck, but the truth is, you've never been more in motion than you are right now. Haven't you noticed the signs? Those strange confirmations that seem too precise to be coincidences. The right message arriving at the exact moment you needed it. The right person showing up out of nowhere. The gut feeling that saved you from a wrong path. These are not accidents. These are alignments. Because when a chosen one reaches the tipping point, the entire universe conspires to position them where they need to be. Every closed door, every painful ending, every heartbreak you thought would destroy you, it all folds into the plan. And suddenly, you'll see why nothing worked out before. But here's the part you need to prepare for. The unveiling will come suddenly. There won't be a warning. There won't be a gentle shift you can ease into. One moment, you'll still feel like you're waiting. The next, everything will accelerate so quickly it'll feel like reality itself has bent around you. And when that happens, you'll notice something else. The eyes. Even more people will be watching you, silently, closely, intently. Some will be inspired. Some will be confused. Some will envy you. But all of them will notice. Because chosen ones cannot rise quietly. When divine timing unfolds, it demands attention. But here's the truth. This attention isn't about vanity. It's about purpose. Your unveiling isn't just to bless you. It's to position you as a signal, a catalyst, a mirror. Through you, others will find courage they didn't know they had. Through your resilience, they'll find hope. Through your breakthroughs, they'll believe in their own. And that's why the spiritual resistance has been so intense lately. Haven't you felt it? The random attacks, the sleepless nights, the emotional turbulence that comes out of nowhere. It's because the closer you get to purpose, the more the old systems try to keep you bound. Darkness always fights hardest when light is about to break through. But here's the good news. The battle is already won. Right now, unseen forces are standing around you, guiding you, protecting you, clearing your path. That sudden intuition you had to cut ties with certain people, that was divine protection. That gut feeling that warned you not to take that step, that was divine guidance. Every shift, every exit, every ending you didn't understand, it was orchestrated for you, not against you. And soon you'll see why. You're not just stepping into blessings, you're stepping into clarity, into alignment, into a purpose so powerful it will make sense of every sleepless night, every unanswered prayer, every moment you questioned if you were strong enough. Because you are strong enough. You've always been strong enough. The weight you've carried is proof of it. Most would have broken under half the storms you survived. But here you are, not only standing, but transforming. And soon, the world will see it too. The ones who doubted you will be silenced by your transformation. The ones who ignored you will be drawn back, curious, confused, and unsettled by the glow you carry. And those who once looked down on you will have to look up, not because you wanted revenge, but because heaven's elevation doesn't ask for permission. Chosen one, this is the season where everything hidden is revealed. Your purpose, your power, your position. Everything they couldn't see in you before will become undeniable. But don't be distracted by their reactions. Don't chase validation. Don't waste your energy proving yourself to people who could never see the fullness of who you are. Instead, stay rooted, stay grounded, stay aligned with the voice inside you that's been guiding you this whole time. Because soon, you won't have to explain anything. Your life will speak for itself. Your results will speak louder than your words ever could. The shift is already happening. You can feel it. You can sense it. It's in the small signs, the unexpected blessings, the sudden clarity in your spirit. It's the quiet knowing that tells you, this is it. This is the season. And you're right, it is. You're not waiting anymore. You're stepping into motion. You're stepping into purpose. You're stepping into the version of yourself that was hidden, refined, and prepared for this very moment. And when the unveiling begins, it won't just change your life. It will shift the atmosphere around you. Because chosen one, you're not just rising, you're awakening. And nothing can stop what's coming next. Do you feel it now, chosen one? That subtle trembling deep inside your soul. That whisper that tells you you are standing at the edge of something you can't yet see but were born to step into. The reason everyone is watching you is because they can sense it too. They may not admit it, they may not even understand it, but deep inside, they know you are carrying something the world hasn't seen before. And you know what's wild? They can't stop watching you. Even the ones who claim they don't care, even the ones who left you, doubted you, or tried to destroy you, they are secretly waiting to see what you'll do next, because the energy around you right now is too loud to ignore. You've probably noticed it lately. Random people staring at you longer than usual. Old friends suddenly checking your stories. Strangers acting like they know you. Even the ones who once dismissed you now whisper your name behind closed doors. And you wonder why, right? It's because something about your spirit makes them feel exposed. Your very existence is disrupting their illusions. You walk into rooms and atmospheres shift. People sense you before they see you. And whether they admit it or not, your presence demands attention. That's not arrogance. That's alignment. You're walking so close to your divine assignment that the spiritual realm can't stay quiet anymore. But listen carefully. This isn't happening just to make you feel special. This is preparation. You're being positioned. The watching eyes are not there by accident. They are witnesses. Your life is about to be used as a living testimony. Every battle, every heartbreak, every lonely night, none of it was wasted. You were being refined, stripped, molded into something unshakable. And now as you rise, the same people who doubted your worth will witness the divine reversal. Not because you sought revenge, but because God's plan was bigger than their opinions. And I need you to understand this deeply. Your silence right now is louder than words. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to prove your calling. You don't have to explain why you've been distant or why your energy has changed. The shift happening inside you is divine, and no one needs to approve it for it to be real. Stay focused, stay grounded, because the moment you step fully into what's coming, the spotlight is going to burn brighter than ever. And when that moment comes, you need to be ready, not for their applause, but for your purpose. Chosen one, people will project, speculate, and fabricate stories about you. They'll try to define you by their version of events, but here's the truth they can't rewrite. What God has authored, no one can edit. What He has declared over your life will manifest exactly when He intends it to. That's why you've been hidden for so long. That's why doors were closed and opportunities delayed. It wasn't rejection, it was protection. You weren't being overlooked, you were being preserved. And now, the unveiling has begun. Take a deep breath right now and feel it. The weight you've carried is lifting. The delays are ending. The spiritual resistance is breaking. There's a new flow being released over your life, and as it comes, everything connected to you will begin to realign. People will treat you differently, not because you've changed who you are, but because your elevation changes how they see you. Some will celebrate you, others will resent you. Both are confirmation. Both prove you are stepping into territory few are called to occupy. So here's my question. Are you ready to be seen? Because this season will not allow you to hide anymore. That quiet strength you've been building, that light you've been carrying, it's about to be magnified. Don't shrink back now. Don't question why you. Don't sabotage what you prayed for. You were chosen because your spirit could handle what others couldn't. You survived what was designed to break you. And now you're about to thrive in spaces you once thought were out of reach. Pause for a moment and hear me. Your assignment is bigger than your comfort zone. The divine purpose on your life requires courage, not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward anyway. There are people tied to your obedience, blessings waiting on your yes, doors unlocked by your persistence. That's why the pressure has been so intense. That's why it felt like everything was coming against you. The enemy always fights the loudest when destiny is closest. And here's the twist they'll never see coming. The tables are about to turn in your favor. That pit they left you in, you're about to rise from it. Those losses you mourned, they were setting the stage for restoration beyond your imagination. That season of silence, it built the power in your voice. Every wound, every tear, every lonely night, all of it was shaping the version of you the world is about to witness. So, chosen one, walk with your head high, stay rooted in your faith, move with discernment, protect your energy, and most importantly, keep listening, because the instructions are coming. Divine alignment is already unfolding around you, and when the spotlight finally finds you, it won't just illuminate your success, it will reveal God's glory working through you. This is your time. The waiting is over. Step into it fully, fearlessly, unapologetically, because everyone is watching, and they're about to see why you were chosen.